Junior Mwambe, the Minister of Planning, Evaluation and Monitoring. He will offer a comprehensive summary of our collective journey ahead. He will provide us with the matrix and milestones by which we will measure our success, and he will hold us accountable to the promises we make together. As we embark on this journey together, let us be guided by the wisdom of our past and by the promises of our future. The greatest glory in living, Mandela once said, lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. We have risen before, and we will rise again, stronger, wiser, and more united than ever to build the South Africa of our dreams. I now hand over to the next speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, education is the cornerstone upon which the future of our nation is built. It is a spark that ignites innovation, the tool that dismantles inequality, and the bridge that connects our dreams to reality. But as we stand at this critical juncture in our nation's history, we must ask ourselves, are we truly preparing our children to face the challenges of tomorrow, or are we merely equipping them to face the problems of yesterday? Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela's words remind us that the real power of education lies in our educators. However, most of them are under-resourced. Therefore, as the Department of Basic Education, we will not only improve teacher capacity, but transform teaching itself. The traditional classroom must evolve. In many townships and rural areas, students still rely on outdated textbooks and have limited access to technology, placing them at a disadvantage compared to their urban counterparts. Therefore, artificial intelligence will be integrated into our national assessments in a bid to identify potential learning gaps before they become significant problems. This will allow us to intervene early and ensure that every child has the opportunity to succeed. The measurement and evolution of every child's development is very important, especially for critical ages 5 to 18. In countries like China, learners are taught fundamental skills such as home economy, which include sewing, farming, and carpentry. These are practical skills that should be included into our curriculums from as early as grade R to adequately prepare our children for this fast-changing world. We will foster partnerships with tech companies as well as educational institutions to develop smart classrooms across the nation, which will include robotics, to ensure that no child is left behind, regardless of their socio-economic background. Schools are dysfunctional, learners are vulnerable, and systems are being broken. We need to strengthen school management, and we can do so through the Leadership in Education initiative, which will empower principals and school management with the tools they need to lead effectively, drive innovations, and create environments where both the learners and teachers can thrive. South Africa, now is the time to reimagine, innovate, and dare to dream of a future where every child thrives in their education. I am now handing over to the next speaker.
As Minister of Police, I believe that safety and security are the bedrock upon which a prosperous and just society is built. Yet, in the face of rising crime and deep-seated mistrust in our law enforcement, we must ask ourselves, how do we reimagine a future where every South African, regardless of their background, can walk the streets without any fear? How do we ensure that the police service is not only a line of defense, but a symbol of justice and integrity? We cannot build a secure nation without first professionalizing our police force. To quote the late Robert Peel, the father of modern policing, the police are the public, and the public are the police. It is imperative that we instill in every officer the highest ethical values, a deep sense of patriotism, and an
unwavering commitment to serve and to protect. We will establish the Police Leadership Academy, a center of excellence where future leaders of the SLEPS will be trained to uphold the law with dignity, with respect, and an unyielding commitment to the public good. We will also introduce the National Crime Intelligence Platform, a centralized system that gathers real-time data from across the country, allowing us to identify crime patterns, track illegal activities, and deploy resources more effectively. Our police officers put their lives on the line every day to keep us safe. It is our duty to ensure their safety in return. We will introduce the Officer Safety and Wellness Program, providing our officers with the physical and the mental health support they need in order to perform their duties without any fear or hesitation, by offering counseling services, stress management workshops, and fitness programs. Finally, we recognize that the fight against crime cannot be won by the government. We will foster community policy partnerships, where law enforcement collaborates closely with businesses, local communities, and civil society to create a united front against crime. As we reimagine the future of policy in South Africa, let us be guided by the words of Nelson Mandela that says, safety and security don't just happen. They are the results of collective consensus and public investment. Our vision is not just to enforce the law, but to create a society where safety and security are the rights of all, not a privilege of a few. Together, we will build a safer South Africa for all. Allow me to hand over to my leader.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we stand at the precipice of a new era, we must reimagine the future of employment and labor in South Africa. The challenges we face, unemployment, inequality, and economic stagnation are daunting, but they are not insurmountable. Our vision is simple yet powerful. A South Africa where every citizen has access to decent work, privileges, and the opportunity to contribute to a thriving economy. At the heart of this vision, we see consequences of failing to provide us with opportunities. Communities like those in the former Transkei have been left behind with unemployment rates soaring above the national average. To achieve our vision, we must ensure that our labor market is both dynamic and resilient, capable of adapting to the rapid changes in the global economy. We cannot talk about employment without addressing the need to increase economic efficiency and productivity. Consider the mindset where updated practices and technology have led to declining productivity and job losses. Our plan will focus on workforce development 4.0 and invention designed to equip our workforce with the skills and knowledge needed to excel in the modern economy. This includes investing in vocational training, promoting lifelong learning, and fostering a culture of innovation in every sector. By collaborating with private sectors, educational institutions, and civil society, we will create a national skills advancement network, a platform that connects job seekers with training opportunities and employers with a skilled and ready workforce. This will particularly impact places like Gauteng, where the demand for skilled labor and tech industry is growing quickly. As we imagine the future of employment and labor in South Africa, let us remember that our strength lies in our unity. I am now handing over to the next speaker.
Fellow South Africans, esteemed colleagues, and the members of the Government of National Unity. Our nation's health system is facing significant challenges, and we must act swiftly and decisively. One such challenge occurred recently in Temba Hospital in Mpumalanga, where a number of men attacked the hospital in 3 separate occasions. While in Tembisa Hospital in Gauteng, there was a shortage of healthcare professionals that led to long queues with some patients forced to wait for hours on the floor. This must change. This situation is not unique, but it reflects a broader problem across the country. In the rural of Limpopo, clinics are struggling with medical equipment. This pattern shows that our health system are affected. We cannot allow this to continue. We need to re-inform not only our existing policies, but create new frameworks that addresses the deep-rooted issues. We have expanded mobile clinics to serve remote rural areas like the Eastern Cape, ensuring that people who don't have access to healthcare services can receive vital services. We must take bold steps in the policing innovation. I propose this following initiative. As part of the new healthcare strategy, in National Healthcare Services, a program that's just newly trained, healthcare professionals to work in unserved areas. As we imagine the new policies, let us remember the words of Nelson Mandela. Health cannot be a question of income. It's a fundamental of human rights. Together, we can build a healthier and more prosperous nation. Allow me to hand over to the next speaker.
Fellow ministers, today we have been privileged to witness the unveiling of visionary master plans by our esteemed ministers of basic education, police, as well as employment and labor. These plans epitomize our unwavering dedication to reimagining a brighter future for South Africa under the auspices of the Government of National Unity. As your Minister of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, my mandate is to ensure that these innovative strategies are not only meticulously implemented, but also yield the transformative outcomes we aspire to achieve. As we embark on this extraordinary journey, let us draw inspiration from the sagacious words of the great Abraham Lincoln. The best way to predict the future is to create it. This poignant reminder underscores the imperative of perseverance and unity in the face of adversity. With unwavering resolve and collective determination, we shall surmount the challenges that lie ahead, propelled by the unshakable conviction that our collaborative efforts will yield a brighter future for generations to come. Our Minister of Basic Education has unveiled a visionary plan to revolutionize our education system, focusing on nurturing creativity, critical thinking, and lifelong learning. The National Education Framework will ensure that all students are equipped for success. Education is key to changing our world. Our reforms will build a prosperous, equitable, and just society. Our Minister of Police has presented a comprehensive plan to transform our policing system by enhancing police training, improving community engagement, and leveraging technology to investigate and prevent crimes. We are committed to building trust and ensuring safety for all citizens. The introduction of the community policing partnerships will empower our communities to take ownership of their safety, while our data-driven approach will enable us to identify and address crime hotspots effectively. Our Minister of Employment and Labor has outlined a bold plan to create jobs, protect workers' rights, and drive inclusive growth in our economy. The introduction of the Jobs Creation Initiative will stimulate economic growth, while our focus on protecting workers' rights will ensure that everyone is treated with dignity and respect. In closing, I would like to ensure you, honorable members, that we will build upon these foundations, ensuring that our priorities are implemented effectively, efficiently, and with utmost integrity. Together, we will create a brighter future for South Africa. Thank you.